So on October 19th, I went to one of my club lacrosse practices, and at that practice, we were scrimmaging, and I noticed that we had a new coach. She'd been our coach for a couple weeks, but in comparison to the rest of our coaches, she was new, and she just came out of college, and so she was a very knowledgeable coach, and she had a lot of things to teach us that we found that we were very grateful for. But I noticed in this scrimmage that she was shoving with a horizontal stick a lot, which is illegal in girls lacrosse. And so she pushed me with a horizontal stick, and I found when I broached the topic that she was not willing to compromise on it, and was like, what happens in a game will happen, and that it's only illegal, and that it wasn't illegal. And it is true that it's not illegal in college lacrosse, but that is not the same thing for high school lacrosse. And so I found that to be very, very challenging to deal with, and I noticed that a couple of my other teammates were getting agitated with the situation, with her being a little more violent than you would expect to see in a scrimmage like that. So at the end of practice, when we did our team meeting to discuss what was happening, what we saw in the practice to improve for the tournament that weekend, I had to work up the courage to bring it up in front of the rest of the coaches and even the teammates that I wasn't able to discuss it with, and bring up how teaching bad habits like that when we scrimmage is counterproductive to when we're playing in a game and we'll get called fouls and get a bunch of free shots against us. And that was very difficult for me. So I found because it's difficult to challenge a coach, it's difficult to challenge your superiors, especially in front of a group like that, but even if that's the only way that your voice is going to be heard. So that was working on my challenge and skills as a leader and a lacrosse player. It was also working on my courage. It was working collaboratively with the rest of my team, just in the scrimmage itself, as well as making sure that my feelings were not the only ones that felt that this was doing an injustice to our team. And it was also showing perseverance and commitment by following through with doing something that was very scary and unusual to do. And the strand of CAS that this falls under is A, activity. Thank you.